Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. So today is Friday, this episode will be releasing on Saturday, and it's perfect because that means our Sunday stream, I will actually hit 100 hours of playtime during the stream, which is very fun. I didn't actually plan it out that way, but it worked out, so that's really fun. So there you go. Just a reminder, in case you've been living under a rock, not watching these episodes. Well, if you're watching this, the day that it came out, then tomorrow I will be streaming. So if you're watching this later, I apologize, you missed the stream. But don't worry, the VOD of the stream will be on the YouTube Live section of my channel. And the actual progress parts of the stream where I'm like playing the game, you know, building the base, I will record those as normal episodes, kind of like how the season started. So it will do a few normal episodes inside of the stream, and those will be published as normal. So you'll be seeing, you know, Twitch comments and stuff like you used to. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. One other thing is that the CyberSyn Combinator, there's been a few mod updates for patches. One, there was a duplication bug with loaders. That is now fixed. And the bug that I encountered with, I don't know if I have any in my inventory, with these bad boys, is not yet fixed because it was fixed, but then the update crashed my game. I couldn't even load my game on load. So I reported that. Hopefully that's fixed, and once that's fixed, then this will not soft lock my game anymore, which is scary. So I'm just hopefully not gonna run into that bug again, because if we do, it's basically I just need a load again. One thing I do want to start doing, I think we talked about this. Did I talk about this? What? Oh, right. I was changing the request threshold. That's what that was. Right. If you send a signal, a positive signal, to a station control, that changes the request threshold for that item. I haven't done that in a while. I kind of forgot how that worked. Anyway, what I want to do here is start using a group. So I'm thinking bulk request is what we'll call it. We'll call it BR. And it'll just be BR20 to represent 20 stacks. Right, and that will have the request threshold signal, this one, of 20, and that's it. So that will be all we need. Now this needs to be redone. So I'm going to turn this off for a second because we need. Oh no. I just realized a weirdness of the train system. If we turn off these combinators for any reason, then that tells the network that this is a provider station of these ingredients. That's really interesting, because these are combination provide and request. I should probably set this to be the correct thing. I hadn't really thought about that, and most of the time I'm only gonna want one or the other, so I should probably set that. So that way we don't run into shenanigans like what I just would have. Like if something was wanting glass, as soon as I turn this off and it's not requesting glass anymore, now it sees all the glass that's in here and says, ooh, I have glass, come get it, right? And we don't want that. Anywho, what am I doing? I'm changing this to stacks. So, negative 24 of those. Negative 15 of those. Negative 10 of those. Negative 4 of those. Wait, that has a group too? Can I change you to BR20? I can. Okay, perfect. So that's all I have to do there. So then I turn that on. Wait a second. Am I being dumb? I think I'm being dumb. I think these don't change. I don't put these in terms of stacks, right? It's just that the threshold is met. Request thresholds are interpreted as a count of item stacks, not the actual requests. Sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. So then this needs to change to 4, because that's the request threshold for wood. Okay, let's go back to 40 though. We should check the manager. I'm Mr. Manager. And it should have a request for wood. And it says below threshold, and then I change this to 4, and it should be good to go on the threshold. Perfect. Okay. All right, so that's working as expected. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why my brain broke and I thought I needed to change these to the stack amounts as well. No, these are always the item total amounts, and then it's just the request threshold, that's the stack amounts. So that means we have a couple changes to make to our stations, because this is the basic requester. So we're gonna do BR20. Interesting. BR20 is a different... If I change this one, does it change this one? It does. Okay. Interesting. On the different surface, BR20 is a different logistics group. Logistics groups are by surface? Or maybe it's by team, because I'm technically on a different team right now. That's one of the weird parts of the editor. So anyway, we're gonna name this R. So I just have that ready to go. We're gonna name this P for provide. And we're gonna name this P for provide. I don't need it to be more interesting than that. All right, and then we're going to change. So that's request threshold, and this is stack thresholds, and this is request only. This is provide only, stack thresholds, which doesn't actually matter. Stack thresholds shouldn't matter with whatchamacallit. Okay. All right. So we are continuing to refine our builds, and then I need to do what? Copy the blueprints. Basic request. Boom. Basic provide. Boom. Multi-provide. Boom. All right, and then station to basic. I should have around here somewhere. And then these need to be updated to basically be the same thing, which they almost are. But let me copy. Maybe I should do a request and a provide. You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. Most blocks are providing something. So let's put the provider at the very front, because it's often that you need more requesters than providers anyway. So this will be the provider. And a multi-provider. Like most blocks are not making one thing in bulk. Well, no. What do I want to be my default? Is it multi-provider or regular provider? Probably multi-provider. I'm just gonna go with it. One multi-provider, and then potentially multi-requesters. And then there's a lot of times where I won't even need more stations than this. I think that's what I want to be my default for station 2 basic. And that'll require the least amount of changes from me. All right, let's go put wood on trains. You notice how risky I am with that? I just really like to get injured, apparently. Wait, I already did put wood on trains. Hold on. We finished that. Yay! Check it off the list. Which should mean that we get wood, right? Wait, why are we not seeing wood in the... There's no wood in the network. Hold up. Something is disconnected. Ah! Found it. I found the disconnect. That does it. Perfect. Okay, so wood is being provided. Glorious. Now what am I doing? I don't know. I don't even know. We mentioned refined Syngas in the last episode, so that's probably worth doing. Has something gone wrong with the construction? Maybe not, but it certainly has not gone optimal. Yeah, I think robots are being stored in unhelpful places along the train tracks, and we need more to be near our main area. Our mall area, I should say. Anyway, this is getting done for the niobium mine. Another bitumen seep right there, worth noting. I can easily load that onto trains. Speaking of, hold on, Syngas. What are the ways to produce it? Okay, weirdly activated carbon and a bunch of flue gas. Coal gas. Coke oven gas can make straight syngas as well. Light oil? But that's worse than the flue gas and activated carbon, but that also makes tar and a bunch of steam. So that's just kind of a weird, that's a weird one. That feels like that'd be useful potentially in hard mode, but I don't see myself using that really. Ooh. This is a turd recipe, I think. Turn refined syngas back into syngas with the addition of some moss and muddy sludge. What a weird, like filtering it, re-dirtying it. Okay, I'm getting off into the weeds. The important part is we're just gonna use the syngas we already have, and we're gonna load it. Now, do we have a multi-provider fluid station over here yet? I don't think we do. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space for that one. And that there. And this is gonna be a multi-provider fluid station, which I don't have a doodad for yet. Now the other thing, okay, no, sorry. I keep thinking about this and then I remember it's okay. I was gonna say I have not handled the wagon upgrades, right? Because we'll need to add a second one. Handle wagon upgrades. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. I'm not gonna do it quite yet because I still have a very manageable number of stations. But before I get too many stations, I need to go through and add loaders such that when I do the wagon upgrade, because when do I get these? I get them in Pi2 Science. So it's not that far, right? Like I already have a lot of the stuff. You know, we're about to have niobium. We've already got all this. So it's just these three things are the things we don't have. Which, I know I say just these three things, but these three things probably have all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, we've got advanced small parts, stainless steel showing up. We've got molten stainless steel. Well, that's already going to show up anyway. And we've got whatever that is, whatever that is, whatever that is. I've literally never seen any of those. And rayon, which is kind of a mess. So, it's definitely not close, but it's also not that far in terms of pyanodon's terms. So that being said, I don't want to, hold on, I'm gonna put this where it won't interfere. In fact, I should do that for the power as well here. I'm just hamstringing myself by putting all these here. Anyway, basically I want to set it up so that once I have those wagons, I can just replace all my depots with those wagons and boom, we're done. Like no extra work required. But for fluid wagons, I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and just say we will make it all the way to the Nexalit floating wagons, which have a 75 capacity. And we won't ever set up the pumps so that they're pumping into like, you know, two different half wagons. Because I think fluid wagons will be enough without that. That's my theory, anyway. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set up a, and with why am I feeling weird about this? We don't need, I'm pretty sure we don't, yeah, this is a provider station. And these just change to pumps, but then these need to be filtered on what the train is requesting, which comes out of here. So this will be my default for multi-provide fluids. These will be filtered, and I'll just have them defaulted to like 3 different things, just so that we have them. And then they will be enabled if that thing is less than 0. Why can't I middle click that? Oh, because it's a fluid, right? Ugh, I hate that. Let us pipette fluids. It's literally in the word pipette. You pipette fluids in real life. Why can't you pipette fluids in Factorio? Where are my fluid signals? Why am I being a blind little bat? Oh, because they're not in a specific category, or they're not in one category. Steam. And you gotta make sure you select the right one with the fuel value and all. Petroleum. See, it's none of those. If you selected that one, you'd be in Bad News Bears Town. It's this one. Yeah, if those don't match, you're gonna be in a world of trouble. Well, I guess if it was this one that didn't match, I guess technically it's fine. These don't even need to be filtered. What am I doing? Because I'm only gonna pump that fluid into them. It's this that matters. I guess it could be handy to have it as a symbol. But then my brain goes, but is having it filtered gonna hurt UPS? I know that I shouldn't be thinking about that, but I wonder. It is kind of cool to have the icon though. But we'll have, anyway. I digress. Channel 1. Fluid request threshold's irrelevant because this is a provider. Reserved capacity per fluid wagon. I don't want rounding errors, so there's a part of me that... No, I'm fine. It's fine. Provide. So FP for fluid provide. Okay, so then we're going to go into our blueprints, basic provider. We're going to copy. We're gonna call this basic F provider station for fluid. We're gonna put a little fluid icon in here. And then we're gonna select these contents. And then we're gonna parameterize. Parameterize. These are gonna be parameter 1, 2, and 3. 13. What had a value of 13? A over 13? What? No idea what that's about. I don't know what the A over 13 is about. That cybernetic combinator's doing some scary stuff, I think. Alright, so anyway, that'll work for fluids, and now we'll come provide Syngas. I'll probably have these kind of out of the way, because they don't quite fit in line, and then they hide a bunch of stuff, so we'll have these over here. So that'll be our Syngas one. Let's get that crafted. And then you. Okay. That'll be Syngas, and we just need to make sure in this case we do connect up. This guy to those pumps, and that will tell us how much Syngas we actually have. Cool. And now we just need to go find our nearest Syngas outlet, which is, I think, over... Nope. Oh, it's very far away. Probably at the nickel. Where is our nearest Syngas? Where's that button? There we go. This isn't quite making it that much easier, I guess. Yeah, this is the closest we have it right here. So we'll pipe it over from there and up. Okay. So let's go do that. We'll just do a T-junction here. What are the extents? We're at 296 already, so yeah, I basically need another pump like right here. And then we should be able to get to go from there. do these guys. Or straight lineage. And then we'll go. No. Okay, stop there. Stop there. Do not want to interfere with the fish oil. Syngas and fish oil does not sound like a safe combination. Let's actually do this. Go over. There we go. Is the pipe extent going to be long enough? Place your bets. Oof. I think it was. No, it wasn't. Oh man, we're talking 10 units. That's crazy. It was so close. All right. That's it. That should fill up pretty quick, mind you. Wowee. And there you go. Now we've got Syngas on the train network. It is that easy. Sweet, 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 sweet. Now, do we have a fluid train? We do. We have one. Perfect. So we've got our fluid wagon. Our poor bots are just running out of charge in the middle of nowhere. Tis to be expected, I guess. Okay, so now we need to make refined syngas. We said we were going to make it on site because of the activated carbon thing. We talked about that at the end of the last episode. All right, Tim. Tim and Jenny. All right. So let's go. Oh, mod settings. Quick ride. Quick ride. Quick ride map settings? Oh, is it in startup settings? What? Putinator told me on Discord that Quick Ride had a setting to go into map mode whenever you get in the train. But I ain't seeing that setting. Maybe I misunderstood and they were saying they're going to add that setting. Maybe that's what it was, because I don't see it. Anyway, that will be an awesome thing. So when I do this, it immediately pops up into map mode, and then I can get where I'm going even faster. But yeah, I didn't see that setting, so. It's either a Krydax blind situation or I misunderstood and the setting doesn't exist yet. All right, so we're gonna make refined syngas. It's pretty simple. I didn't think to check if we had the ingredients that we do. Okay, I'll do like 4 filters. I might even make it just next to the activated carbon. We'll give some space for the activated carbon so we can expand on it later maybe a little bit. So I'll put it over here. But it's super simple. It's literally just in and out. Quick 20-minute adventure. Alright, so we bring this down here. One higher than that. There's our activated carbon. Now, someone was asking about HCl in the last episode and stuff getting backed up. And the answer is yes, this will get backed up with sodium hydroxide once I start using HCl for something else. So that's why get rid of sodium hydroxide is on my to-do list. As soon as I use HCl for something else, we will need to actively dispose of extra sodium hydroxide, which I can easily do. Control EF. Sodium hydroxide. But see, then I have to click a bunch of times. I might ask Rygaard about this. This is, I mean, with how many categories there are, there's literally, you know, 14 categories. I guess a couple of them I wouldn't actually find the item in, but there's 14 categories. I would really prefer if it just put all of them in one unsorted category. I don't know if it's possible, but I might ask Rygaard if it's possible, because it really is annoying to have to click through all the different categories. I realize there might be some cases where you're searching for something and you actually want them to be separated by category. But in most cases, I feel like if you're searching, you're narrowing things down and you don't want to have to click through every category, because it's like, oh no, I don't want this random sodium chlorate, like, but now I have to click on another category. I don't know. For me, this is not the optimal workflow. That doesn't mean that's how it is for everybody, but for me, it's not optimal. Anyway, what I was going to say is this. We can probably just turn it back into saline water, is the simplest way to get rid of it, and then we can even prioritize that saline water. It's a little bit wasteful, but it's an option. How am I making cellulose right now, by the way? Wood and limestone. That's 1 cellulose every 10 seconds for 7 wood. This is 1 cellulose every 2.5 seconds for 5 wood. This cuts the wood cost in half. So using that excess sodium hydroxide for making cellulose would be better. I think the biofactory is quite a bit bigger than a high pressure furnace though, but it's 4 times the output, and then we don't need limestone, and it's cheaper on wood. So that would be nice. Yeah, it's worth considering. And then at some point I might utilize my slaked lime to make sodium hydroxide. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff I can do at some point. TM. It's all at some point. Alright, let's hook all this up, and then we're gonna need fluid request. I don't really have yet. So... no time like the present, I guess. Put that over here. Wait, is that in the build range? It is. Okay, so then our station is gonna look like a basic F provider, but it'll be a basic F requester. I don't care about the parameters because we're gonna flip the script here, and these don't need. Well, these would need filters instead of being enable disabled this time. The fluid request threshold is going to be 24,000 by default. It's going to request on channel 1 and 2 by default, so that's 3. And now here's an interesting thing. If there are fluids that I find I'm shuttling in huge amounts, I may never need to upgrade my fluid wagons. Because here's the problem with upgrading fluid wagons. If we upgrade fluid wagons, then we also need to upgrade our storage tanks at all of our stations. Because right now, I'm only using these guys because these hold 1 full train amount. But the upgraded fluid wagons hold 75k. So I would need a place to put that 75k, which is, you know, only these, really these 3 are the only 3 that are big enough to hold it. So I would need these in all the places. Just worth noting. That's gonna be FR. This is a request only. These are going out. And those can be filtered on different things. So now these are the ones that need to be parameters. In my blueprint. Okay, copy, put that there. Down arrow. Basic F requester. And then select new contents. Build that. Parameterize. You. Okay, so there's the basics, and then we're gonna take the provided refined syngas and we're gonna bring it back over here to the multi. There is a multi-provider over here. I don't think I want that much refined syngas. What size tank do we want to put it in? Probably a 75er. I like the look of the 75ers, so we'll do that. And then can go there. And then it seems like this is an open lane. And your filter is going to be refined syngas. No, we don't need a filter. As long as I don't hook it up to a different network. I guess we can wait a minute to make sure we don't screw that up. But we shouldn't. As long as we're careful. Probably just go down here. Looking good, looking good. All right, this is gonna be ref gas. Should I call it ref gas? It's a lot easier to say ref gas than refined syngas. So maybe I will. Pick that up. What's the rate on all these? Oh yeah, that's plenty. Plenty. Okay, so those are plugged in. The rate on each one is just a little bit of AC here. And then... Wait, did activated carbon have a fuel value? It does. And it's clean fuel. So that... It's worth noting, peoples. Why is this not getting built? Oh no. Oh, my own hubris, not my own hubris, but my own bot network was screwing it up. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's in the green zone, but it was in the green zone because of my personal roboport. I thought something felt weird about that. All right, well that's gonna take a minute to get here now because I just ordered it. Just ordered it from Macy's. All right, well that will get there and it will happen. And then we will request Syngas. 26,500. And then be that one. And then we've got ourselves a pie tank to hold that. No, sorry, this is to hold the ref gas. Which needs to be over here. hooked up to that. God, I love that wires are free these days. So nice. Alright, and then the last thing is a little tank. One of these guys for the input Syngas. Here comes the Tim. Here comes the Tim. Ta-da! And now all of these need to get built. Apparently, we're using all 91 bots. I think everything's fine here. Don't need to make any changes. I think the strategy would be one here, and one in the middle. If I am doing all three, so I'll probably do it that way. And then very important to hook that up to that. Otherwise I won't know that it received it. And very important to make that a negative. And that should be it. And now this comes out there. Connect it up. And once the bots are done fiddling about with all this, it should result, if I'm lucky, in refined Syngas being on the train network. With 0 more interaction from me. I think that's what's happening here. Sweet. And that means we've got everything we need, drill heads and refined Syngas, to mine niobium. So now the thing to do is see, can I afford niobium mines? And the answer is yes, I actually can. So let's go get some more of those crafted. And that will be happening soon. And we're basically almost done with this part, which is exciting because that means then I can actually start mining niobium. I'm gonna take some more bots and throw them in the network. $20 more there, so now we've got 111. It's a good number. I am gonna take a stack of roboports for my personal usage. And niobium mines need electric mining drills, soil extractors, which have burner drills, air course parts, and plates. Okay. A lot of stuff we already know that we need. Mostly. Alright, we actually have enough pipes for once. Weird to say that, but it feels like I'm always running out of pipes. I'll grab 20 more loaders, which is pretty expensive, but the nice part about things being buffered is I can just abstract away the cost. It doesn't feel like that cost me anything, even though it did. Alright. More power poles, and I think that's it. Circuits. Yep, definitely needed more circuits. And IMs? Not really. Iron, antimony. Mech parts. I need more mech parts. Definitely need more iron. Alright, let's grab mech parts from down here. I'm just gonna take 25 because they're expensive. And I can only get one more? I'm out of steel. I'm always out of steel, man. I always forget about that one. Alright. Oh, no. Oh, we're out of steel. Well, isn't that unfortunate? And is iron not backed up either? It seems like it is sometimes. So what I'm gonna do... is we're gonna do this. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna do one of the shooby-doo-ops here. I don't know why I called it that. I just wanted to say doobie-shooby, I think. But that's gonna look... or it's not gonna work right, so I gotta maybe go like this. And that one needs to get out, and this one needs to get out. And then the iron needs to come in, and there we go, and then this comes up. I'm sure I could have done that better, but whatever. Alright, and then that does this, and this comes up, and becomes that. Alright. Good deal. So now we can use a full belt of coke and a full belt of iron. Although it's not, sorry, it's not really a full belt of coke. It's... why do I have... what the heck? How badly did I do math? I don't need 7, I only need 6. Seven is more than a half belt. Couldn't really tell you why that was so wrong. To be blunt. Oh, it is so nice to have enough bots to build like a whole thing in just seconds. That does feel really good. We do need to upgrade the power poles. And then connect them. Okay, so that should improve our steel output if we have enough iron ore. We won't always have enough iron ore, but when iron backs up, which it usually does, because we're actually prioritizing it, so we're doing half to iron, half to steel if we need both. Yeah, I need more iron ore is what that means. We really need to go to iron 2, because iron 2 is also the route to steel 2. Because molten steel, we are almost, yeah, I mean, we can research it whenever we want, and it's just coke and molten iron and oxygen. So once we have molten iron, then we're good to go. But the molten iron chain is not a joke. Let's put it together real quick because we're going to need it eventually. Iron plate. Okay, so that gets its own little block. So yeah, molten iron comes from... oh, sorry, I forgot there was a processed iron ore version. How much more efficient is that one? I don't actually know. It's quite a bit more efficient, but the borax usage is through the roof. Holy borax, Batman. I seem to, like, loosely remember this, and that's why I kind of didn't use this one, I think, in the past. Because it just uses an absurd amount of borax. But this one is much better. 4 times less borax for the same amount of molten iron. Okay, so the molten iron then becomes plates, but then we needed unslimed iron. What a word. And so then we need iron slime, and iron slime, interestingly, can come from a bunch of iron oxide and tailings. How many... so the ratio of slime to plates is 5 to 1. So that's only 10 iron plates worth of iron slime? This doesn't make any sense to me. This is a terrible... You'd rather just smelt the iron oxide into plates, because that's 70 iron plates right there. Maybe later it becomes worth it, but it certainly isn't worth it yet. And it needs tailings, which are useful for other stuff, so I don't understand that recipe. Anyway, we need iron ore dust. And iron ore dust comes from iron grade 1, and iron grade 1 comes from processed iron ore. And grade 2. Grade 3 does what? Grade 3 just crushes back into grade 2 as well. So that would be the ordering of everything. Processed iron ore comes from iron ore, and then we flip it on its head and we type 15. Boom. Oh, it's almost 1-to-1 without even using the iron pulp. Now, the reason I left out the iron pulp is because the iron pulp initially needs hydrocyclones, which, this is one of the gotcha moments. Hydrocyclones need niobium, which you might not have at the point that you create this, but we will. So I can definitely make more unslimed iron with the iron pulp. Now, how much do we get back? We get back a decent amount. We get back 0.2 of our 0.6. Exactly 1/3. Can I matrix solve this? Will it poop its pants? It seems like it... Wait, I'm confused. Seems like it did not poop its pants. Okay, perfect. So yeah, there you go. It's more than 1 plate per ore, compared to what I'm doing right now, which is 1/3. No, sorry. No, what I'm doing right now is not 1/3. What I'm doing right now is 1/5. So I will be multiplying my iron production, and this is without hot air, which I should probably just do the hot air. You know what? I'm just going to do the hot air recipe because we already have ways to make more hot air. I'll just, you know, even if we start without the hot air recipe plugged in, I will switch to it after not that long. So it will be the case very soon that we're using hot air. And at that point, I will be getting 8 times more iron plates. That's absurd. 8 times more. That's so much iron. I'll never miss iron again. And we get some tailings out of it. It's just great. I will need some sort of solid fuel for the boffs, but that's not anything to fear. So yeah, this is definitely something we'll build out sooner or later. Guess what I forgot to connect? Yikes. Okay, but that should get started soon. And are we still getting the fully compacted, compressed is the word I'm looking for? Those do look, those do look fully compressed to me. So that's good. And soon, not that far from now, because we're working on niobium, we will have the ability to stack things on belts. In fact, I'm going to queue this up because there are buildings that can do stacking. And in fact, I don't actually know Is there a way... Do you guys know how you can tell if a building is capable of stacking things on belts or not when it has the little arrow output? Because like in vanilla Factorio, or I should say vanilla Space Age, regular miners don't stack things on belts, right? But the big miners do. How can you tell what buildings stack and what buildings don't? Because in pyanodons, there's a ton of buildings, and I'd rather not just wonder. It might be, by the way, people have asked me, is this a mod? What mod are you using? This is just Control-Shift-F in regular Factorio. No mods needed. This exists in Factorio. But I'm guessing there's something in the mining drill prototype that says whether it... Haha, drops full belt stacks. I found it. I found it. I found exactly what I was looking for. So look at this. It's true. Which means screw kick alk, screw molten steel. I'm going straight for, I don't even, screw niobium, you know, big electric poles. I'm going straight for belt stacking, baby. Because as soon as we get belt stacking, now these miners are going to be dropping iron in sets of 2, and it'll double our ore density on these belts. Ooh, is that gonna make flora stack as well? I'm actually curious. Do these stack? Stack. Why does it not show up? Wait, what? Entity ghost prototype. What? Entity ghost? This is not a ghost. This is a flora collector. Something's weird. Wait, that one's... Wait, what? Is this not... Oh. Oh, that is a ghost. Oh, that's funny. That's not an actual building. Wow, it tricked me. I was bamboozled. That's funny. Stack. Drops full belt texture. Okay, so we will have flora stacking on belts when I do that, which will result in potential flora spoilage increasing. That's worth noting. I need to consider, is this gonna have bad effects anywhere? Because we're gonna probably see soil extractors doing it. Drops full belt stacks, I assume. Oh no. It doesn't show up in the assembler prototype. I wonder if it's because assembling machines that dump items have some sort of extra thing that I have to click on. If anybody knows, I'd be curious. Crafting machine flags? No. None of these imply it drops its output. Crafting machine prototype. Vector to place result. Maybe that's it. Loud effects. No, that's modules. Entity with health. It might be in the entity prototype. Item remains in mines, pastable, selection priority, emissions, created smoke, auto place, working sound, created effect, None of these quite look like what we're looking for, though. Yeah, I wonder if... I'm actually very curious which thing Because what I'm guessing is it utilized the code or the prototype kind of skeleton from the recycler in Space Age. So I'm guessing there's something. I'm guessing there's something in here that triggered target mask. That maybe that's some. Maybe it's something about the target. I don't know. But yeah, I'm guessing there's something in the soil extractor prototype that has something to do with the same thing that recyclers use. But it's not showing me whether the items stack, which is what I wanted to know, unfortunately. So if anyone knows how to figure out whether these assembling machines drop full stacks, let me know. I'm like 90% sure that they all will, just because of these recipes being much larger than they used to be. Like, why would I do 8 limestone at a time if it wasn't going to drop stacks of 8 later in the game? So I'm pretty sure that's how that works, but let me know if you know for sure how to discover it from the prototype itself, because I'm guessing the fluid drill will show us that it drops full stacks. Yeah. But the buildings like soil extractors don't seem to be showing that to me. So yeah, I wonder what in here is defining that it does drop its items outside the building like a recycler. It's gotta be in here somewhere. But I just can't seem to find it. Or maybe it's not in here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe this is some sort of composite entity that is doing some black magic. I assumed they weren't composite entities, but maybe they are. I have no idea. You guys will have to let me know. But anyway, these are running again. We've got more steel coming, and research has slowed down a lot. We're only getting 4 SPM. Why is that again? Am I out of Pi? I'm probably out of Pi 1 science is my guess. Because we're needing 2 Pi 1 per pack. So 4 SPM. I really wish that there was better language around this. Because, first of all, the science packs have the word pack already used in them. If they were called flasks instead of packs, that could be helpful. Because then you could call this whole thing one pack of science, right? Like, I don't know what word to call this, but it's like, this is one unit. But unit even sounds smaller. Then it's like, this is one group, one grouping, and we need 300 groupings to finish. And what this is counting, I believe, is groupings per minute, right? And so it's really asking, so when it says 4 or 5 groupings per minute, what we're actually seeing is that we're using 12 automation science, 8 Pi science, and 1 logistic science per minute. And the reason it works out to be the same as per minute is because this is a 60-second craft time per grouping. Though that, I think, is accounted for in this number. Like, if this was 120 seconds per group, then this would be half the science per minute. So this number is kind of irrelevant because that gets factored into the SPM number that you see here. But the SPM number that you see here is really science groupings per minute. It's not the actual number you're using. So just make sure you're aware of that when you're playing a mod that changes the numbers per grouping. Then just know that this is the groupings per minute. Anyway, all that being said, we are out of Pi 1, as I suspected. So, and there's no real easy ways to improve our Pi 1 production right now. I think we already did the improvement that we had planned for the substrate. Or no, what was it? Hot air on the glass works was the improvement. And that happened. So yeah, there's really nothing else I can improve here without lots and lots of work. So that means we're just gonna have to chill with these insanely long recipe times. Oh my god, that cost 2,000 packs. I did not realize that cost 2,000 packs. Or 2,000 groupings. So that's gonna take 400 minutes? Oh dear. I'm glad the research is expensive. It deserves to be expensive, but holy crap. Wow. Okay, we're not gonna see belt stacking for a while. It's like 6 or 7 hours away. LOL. Or more, even. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call this an episode. We've gotten a lot of work done. If we're lucky, we've already made refined syngas for the first time. But we're not lucky. Okay, what's actually the holdup here? Ah. Now... what's going on? Syngas requested. What? Ah, you dummy. Sorry. I didn't provide it properly, and I didn't actually change this to Syngas. So there were 2 problems here. There we go. Now we should see ye old fluid wagon coming to visit. There we go. Let's just watch our friend here. And our friend shall deliver the syngas into there, which then immediately runs and boom. Refined syngas is a go. Perfect. Okay, sweet. All right, well, we'll call it an episode there. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow in the live stream.